Too Many Hats podcast with your hosts with the most, Tony and Lavelle, every morning from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. We also have Queen Watkins with Clock That He. Tune in with us and have a great time. Let's talk about it right here. Too Many Hats podcast.
Top of the morning to you, my good people. Happy Friday, man. It's not Freestyle Friday today because we actually got a topic, but we can still make it Freestyle Friday if we want to. Because that's just, that's just us, and that's what we can do. But good top of the morning to you, man. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, as Mr. Rogers would say, man. It's your host with the most, Tony Mays, Lavelle Salter. What it do, my guy?
Man, good morning, sir. Good morning.
Man, when I tell you, bro, I'm just like bouncing off the walls this morning, man. Yesterday was beautiful. And I really didn't, I expected it to be nice. But man, shout out to Ghost River Brewery, bro. Them folk the real deal, bro. And Jerome Woods, man, everybody who gave and supported the cause, man, for that family vacation, bro. I don't want to start calling names because I might forget somebody's name. But, shout out to everybody who played a part in it, man. So we really thank you, man, because the look on her face, bro, when I told her, man, this was really about her.
Mm-hmm.
And I was talking and I really wasn't paying attention, and I turned and looked at her, bro. She was balding. I had to turn my head because I got choked up. I had to turn my head. I said, "Oh Lord, I thought you get the crowd up here too." Yeah. So man, shout out, bro. Lavelle, you did a good job, man, of coordinating that, bro, with Ghost River and Jerome Woods as well, man. So we appreciate you, bro, for doing your part with it.
Happened like it did because I was sitting at the bar last Thursday, and Bob, the owner, they always doing something, giving back to the community, doing something. And I had told his daughter Tori, but I had said anything to him. So sometimes he'll leave and come back, and then, but these last couple days he's been, Thursday he's been staying like the whole night. And so he mentioned something. I said, "Hey," I said, our podcast is giving away a family vacation to a young lady that's the valedictorian of her school, and her mom is a single mom, and she got 5 girls, da 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 da. And his eyes just got big. He was like, "Oh my, really? You gonna bring them here?" I mean, you want me to call Jerome? I said, "Matter of fact, she graduated from Melrose." He's like, "Really?" And bro, he just man, he was texting me, she was calling me. And so they was overly excited about it, man. And Jerome, you see how he came in and just interrupted everything.
Right. Man, it was beautiful though. It was a beautiful day.
On the podcast this morning.
You should have had him on.
Yeah, we will though.
Yeah, you should have had him on, bro. That would have been nice, man. So let's jump on there because we got a lot to share today. Good morning, Mayor Matt. Hey, good morning. What are some good habits of happy couples?
Want to show the video before we get started?
Well, yeah. I just want to throw this out here because I want people thinking about some good habits of happy couples. So our question today is, what are some good habits of happy couples? And this is happy couples, whether you're married or not married, but you're a couple. And I didn't even place a gender on it. So I'm gonna even go out there and not place a gender on it. But what are some good habits of happy couples? So think about that. I want you guys to be thinking about that. Matter of fact, I'm gonna leave that up while we play the video. of what happened last night. The video is about 9 minutes long, so y'all excuse it. Matter of fact, I think I might try to fast forward a little bit to.
I don't edit it and everything. It ain't the same video. It ain't just.
Oh, okay, well, cool. So it might not even be 5. Yeah, okay. Well, tell me what it is. It might be 12 minutes with the video.
I'll life to the moment. You'll see when you hear the watch. Just
All
start it from here.
All right. So I haven't seen this edited version, y'all. So, but this is the video.
I added our logos and put the display.
Yeah. All right, here we go, y'all. This is and then we'll come back to this. The video from last night, man.
Bring it back.
This guy right here is dope, boy. You dope, bro.
And one of our favorite Melrose alumni in the building.
Monica.
And, this is what we get ready to do. We're going to do it like this.
The 2.5 podcast with your host with the most, Tony and Lavelle, every morning from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. We also have Queen.
Did you hear Monica singing? Tony in the bed.
Tune in with us and have a great time. And let's talk about it right here. 2.5 podcast.
Look. I got the noggin on, bro.
All right, y'all, we go all the way to Orange Man one more time. Yeah. We're going to have a special presentation right now from this Melrose alumni. Y'all make some noise one more time. Jerome Woods in the building. There you go, Doc. You ready?
Oh, it's on me? It's on you? Ghost River, how everybody doing this evening? We're here to celebrate really two young ladies, Aaliyah and Anastasia. Hey, I want you guys to stand.
Come on up here.
Like this.
Come on up here.
Well, this beautiful young
That's
lady
so great.
graduated #1 in her class.
Yeah.
And she got this beautiful mom that stood there the whole way.
Yeah, Lord.
Yeah.
Kept pushing her. Let's give her a big hand. All the love in the world for leading her daughters the right way.
Yes.
In the right direction. And we need more women and men like this in the world.
Yeah, we do.
Because, hey, our youth, we need to protect them. We need to guide them. So this is a big accomplishment and,
Yes.
and a big plus. Hey, and I want to say I'm so proud of you guys. Being a former Melrose Wildcat, hey, it's an honor to sit here with you guys, and congratulations. And hey, like I said, the only person that can stop you is you.
That's right.
Keep on pushing.
Woo!
The sky's the limit for you, young lady. All right, we're so proud of you.
Sky's the limit.
We're proud of you. All right.
Oh, wait a minute.
Aaliyah from Ghost River. Hey, here's a check for you. Hey, congratulations.
Why am I really clapping, bro?
Yeah. So Aaliyah, first of all, my name is Tony Mays. I'm half of the 2 Men and a Half podcast with DJ One Love, also known as Real. And we have a podcast, man, that basically we help people to become the better version of themselves. So we're on every morning from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Monday through Friday. Make sure you tune in on Facebook and YouTube. We're on both those. You can get us on either one of those. So make sure you tune in. So next, Lavelle and I, we're always trying to do something for the community. And a couple of months ago, I approached Lavelle and I said, Lavelle, I really wanted to do something for a family. Just something good for a family, not knowing that Aaliyah would be the class valedictorian. I didn't even know she was even on target for that. But I wanted to do something for a family, and Lavelle said, let's do it. Let's absolutely positively do it. So Aaliyah just becoming the valedictorian just kind of added to that, And so, first of all, kudos to Aaliyah for that. And we got you 2 men in hat and t-shirt.
All right,
And
then.
that's just, a little something. But this really ain't about Aaliyah. This really ain't about Aaliyah. Come here, Anastasia. It is, but it ain't. Because without Anastasia, there would be no Aaliyah. Without Anastasia, Leah probably wouldn't be class valedictorian. And, when I look at what Anastasia has done with not just Aaliyah, but all her beautiful girls. Y'all stand up. Stand up, beautiful, the twins and the Maya. And y'all stand up. Look. She has done a fantastic job. And we have another one coming right behind her that we already speaking valedictorian.
Yes. Yes.
So we wanted to do something special for you. We got you a 2 man and hat pack. That's cool. We got the shirt, the hat, the tumbler. But what we wanted to do was send you and the girls on a weekend getaway.
Bro, you with the sound effects, bro.
And we're gonna send you and the girls on a weekend getaway on the week of the June the 20th through the 22nd to the Grand Country Inn in Branson, Missouri, the Water Splash, Water Park, all of that. All expenses paid. And we wanted to present that to you today. But you just being you. Right. You just being a great mother of your girls. And this is what our brother was talking about. We look at our youth every day and we're losing our youth to the street every single solitary day. And Lavelle and I talk about this all the time, but one of the things we say is like the parents are just not present. You can be in the home and still not be present. So you have to be present, and thank you, Anastasia, for being present. And so we just wanted you and the girls to be able to get away together, just have some fun for a weekend. And so hopefully, you guys can digress, just have some fun and enjoy each other. And it's well deserved, and we thank you so much
Tony,
for being
all their food is paid for tonight as well on the compilation of Ghost River.
Yes.
All the food is paid for. Just for them, not all y'all. Just for them. Let me make that very clear.
Yeah. And we have one more presentation.
Come on, she already done.
Okay, all right.
Also, hey, Lavelle, you know my number.
Yes, sir.
If it's anything you need, I know how hard it is to raise kids. I got 2 at home. But hey, get with DJ and let him know it's done.
Just
All
go.
right.
Yeah. And so we also this is just part of what we do as 2 Men in Hat Podcast. We're always doing something in the community. And we started this last November, what we did a homeless tent drive, and we're doing our 2nd annual homeless tent drive. And so we have 2 Men in Hat merch over here. This money doesn't go in Lavelle and I's pocket. We use this money to give back to the community and things like this. So whatever support you can do, by purchasing a t-shirt, a tumbler, a coffee mug, a hat, it goes to us helping the community. We're getting ready for our 2 Men in Hats homeless tent drive here in November. So please, whatever you can do to help, we thank you, we love you, and Anastasia, we love you.
Congratulations.
Bro.
Oh man.
Look, Jerome told me last night before he left. He said, "Hey man," he said, "when she get ready to start school, make sure you call me. You know, she gonna put us some kind of care packet together. You know, because you know, I know she said I know she got a full ride or whatever, but I want to give her something else. You know, what I'm saying when school starts. So
Yeah, that's what Monica and I are doing too. We putting together a nice little care package together. We're gonna do a 2 men and a half care package too. We're gonna make sure she got what she need, bro, for sure.
yeah,
Monica said everything was beautiful on yesterday, fellas. Glad I was there to witness and support y'all. Awesome job. Good morning,
yeah,
DJ Quiet Storm. DJ Quiet Storm. He on 2 platforms this morning.
yeah.
He said, "What's good, Bobblehead?" Mayor Max said, engaging in shared activities prior towards and one another, yet giving each other space, good communication, and physical affection.
Oh
Kudos
yeah,
to y'all. Yeah, yeah, magnificent. Um, Marcus said, y'all might not be able to help everybody, but if you could touch one somebody, this was such an amazing way to show love and kindness. 2 men had rocks. Keep up the good work. Yeah, we trying to do what the best, the best we can, So it is what it is, but we thank all you guys for your continued support. And like we definitely need your continued support. Like we can't reach the masses and continue to do the work in our communities and try to reach out to our communities if we don't have the support from y'all. LaVelle and I, 2 people, we can't do it by ourselves. That's why we always invite y'all out to these events or to invite y'all to give and support in these events because we want the whole 2 men and a half community to be a part of this. We don't want this to be a Tony and LaVelle thing. This is a 2 men and a half podcast community thing. So
yeah.
we want y'all to continue to share these lives, invite people to the group. So we want to grow this network as large as we can so we can continue to reach people in our communities. It starts first in our community, y'all. We can't help, do what we need to do in our community. How can we be a blessing to others? So it starts there. All right, let's get back to our question for the day. What are some good habits of happy couples? What are some good habits of happy couples? And I didn't specify whether it was a married couple or y'all just dating, or if it's 2 men, 2 women. I didn't put a gender on it. I just said, what are some good habits of happy couples? If you a happy couple, I don't care if it's you and your dog. If y'all happy together, y'all a couple, then that's what it is. What's some good habits?
It's so ironic, man. You know, of course, I won't say no names, but I had a conversation with a very close friend yesterday, and we just kind of, was confiding in each other, whatever, and just that whole thing we talk about when we started the podcast. She was kind of having some concerning, things about her, her spouse or whatever, and the whole shutting down piece. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Talked about it or whatever, but it's amazing that you even came up with this subject matter because it's needed.
Shout out to Monica Mays.
Oh, there it is.
Shout out to Monica Mays. Monica Mays, a lot of times, this is what I love about Monica, bro. Monica understands my commitment to this show, but she also understands my schedule. She understands how, I'm moving, grinding, rolling, and like from the time I'm up to the time I'm going to bed, the 2 men and a half podcast on my mind. I'm trying to figure out like what to, So what she does, man, is help me to navigate through that by coming up with these topics sometimes because I'm like, it's hard, But Monica said laughing and smiling with each other. Yep. DJ Quiet Storm says joking, pranking each other. Monica ain't cool. Like she ain't really big on the pranking. Like I guess it really depends on the prank because Monica's scary. So you some stuff you just can't prank her with. Like jumping out of the closet and all that stuff, man. She like, that might not go well with her.
No, but I do something like the Don dog. It's gonna be a wrap.
Yeah, she might come out throwing them So the pranking stuff, but the laughter and smiling for sure. I definitely think joking It being a prankster because I was watching this and it's funny. He said that because I was watching a video of this couple, this white couple, and I don't know how they do this. Like, who cleans this mess up? But they had these balloons hanging over doorways and different stuff and different parts of the house. And he might shoot something at the balloon and it just bust and explode white stuff all over her. He might walk in the door from work and she hit it and it explode all over his head. But they do it all day long, like just sitting there pranking each other. And I was like, who's cleaning up this mess that they making? Because they got a nice house and this stuff just goes everywhere. When it explodes, whatever it is, white milk, whatever it is, it looks like milk to me. But it goes everywhere. And she could be walking in the house with an arm full of groceries and he just hit the balloon, it explode over her head. And then there's been times she would try to set him up to come through a door and he just cracked the door over a little bit and go back out and he'll go around the other way. And then she was like, oh, and then she'd go through the door and he make it bust on her head. But just, practical jokes, man, pranking each other, I think is cool too. Mayor Max says, no pranks but jokes, cool. She said she ain't with them jokes, man. Them pranks. She said she ain't with them pranks, DJ Quiet on that. You might get your head bust, man, with them pranks. So that's cool. But I got a little list. Yeah, I know I keep a little list. This list is actually provided by Monica as well. I think the first one on the list is really good. Happy couples, a habit of a happy couple is actually making time for one another. Even though my schedule be crazy sometimes, it be busy. It's a must. Like Monica, hey babe, we need to, we got to do something, go on a date. It's a must that we make time for each other.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if you don't make time or you're not making time for each other, it ain't gonna be you ain't gonna be happy all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Man, DJ Quiet on you and Mayor Mac getting a little to myself. Okay, boo. Wait a minute. What's going on? Hey, Monica Eagle. Right, what's up, Monica Eagle? We've been busy you too. Everybody said, okay, boo. Good morning. Number 2, they always kiss goodnight. I don't think because we don't always kiss. Pepper ain't gonna allow it anyway. But randomly during the day, I try to kiss Monica. Of course, Pepper jumps all in the way because you had to kiss Pepper first before you kiss Monica, or vice versa. She gonna get in the way. She don't want you kissing Monica. She don't want Monica without her being in the middle. So that's crazy. Yeah, boy, yeah. She got the Google eyes on you, boy. Monica said you need to be there and be present.
Right.
Be there and be present. So, and I think when I talk about the kids, just parents being present in the kids' life, I think that's the same thing goes for a couple. You got to be there in the relationship. You can't just be in a relationship. You got to be present in the relationship. Good one, babe. That's a good one. Be there and be present. They say I love you daily. I definitely think, when we talked about the love you saying I love you the other day, I noticed that Joseph had said that his wife, when in the beginning of their relationship or marriage, because she wasn't a verbal person, she was more of a action person when it comes to love, and so she had to learn that he liked to hear I love you. So I definitely think saying I love you daily is something that would help to that reassurance and that reaffirmation of that love. I think help creates a habit of happy couples as well. Yeah. He said positive feedback and assistance on the others' projects and workload. Absolutely, that's a
Yeah.
good one. That's a good one, DJ Quiet Storm, boy. Sometimes you be thinking, boy. You be thinking, boy. Sometimes, boy.
Man, it's so ironic. It's so ironic. I stopped at the store yesterday after I left one of my other meetings, and I was in the store, and the gentleman walked in, he was looking on the same aisle, and he was on the phone. He said, he got the phone. He said, "Yeah, babe, I love you," and I saluted him. I said, "Man, I literally just got to talking about it on our podcast about we don't do that enough." So when I heard you say that, I just want to salute you. Like, yeah, man, yeah, man. He said, "Man, look, man, I do that to my wife every day, man. Every morning when I leave the house or when we get off the phone." He said, "Man, I ain't got time for all this foolishness, man." He said, "Man, I ain't doing no cheating or nothing now. None of that, man. Look, man, look, I'm trying to stay real out here." I was like, "Man, hey, salute
Right,
y'all." And the
right,
thing, he didn't even look like one of those cats that was on nothing like that. He had the gold in his mouth and
right.
pants was saggy. You know what I'm saying? So it just made it even more relevant. I was like, "Hey, man, good look, doc."
Yeah. You know, because we try to prejudge people, man, sometimes by the outer appearance, and we be so wrong sometimes, bro,
Oh,
with
wrong.
how we try to judge folks.
Yeah.
That Quiet Storm, this is a powerful affirmation. Yeah, I think that positive feedback and assistance on the others' projects and workload, because that stuff we take for granted.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we just feel like, hey, whatever you doing in the house, whatever you bring, whatever project you doing, you supposed to be doing it anyway.
Yeah.
But I can honestly say, like when I do stuff at the house, or like if I remodel the bathroom, or I fix something, or do something, shit, you rock, babe. That's awesome. You rock, you know. So I get that. I get the positive feedback, and you know, I might not get the assistance on the project, other than hold this for me, baby, while I hang this up here or something. But she will say in a minute, I help you do it. I help you do it. I held this, or I gave you a screw. I help you do it. So you know, if that you know what makes her tick, then yeah, you help me build it. You help me put it together. You help me all that. Yep. She said she a girl. I'm a girl. That's her favorite line. I'm a girl. They communicate their feelings. Do you think that most couples do this though?
Yes and no.
I wouldn't necessarily say that most couples communicate their feelings, because we just from just the conversations that we've had just in the last month or so, like people are just, the thing is, people are not communicating their feelings. They're not sharing, you know, and I think this is what, you know, causes the communication piece for one, because you're not communicating, and then not communicating maybe some of the issues that you're having or how you're feeling, you know, with certain things. If you don't communicate that I was watching what's the show, uh, it's one of them Tyler Perry things, The Pains. Is the The Pains.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, his son ain't married to the girl no more. He got a new fiance, but he got a son by, I can't even think of their names right now, but you know what I'm talking about. And he was they was having a conversation with his fiance, because he was like, look, you live with me, because she didn't want his ex-wife to come up to get the son that she was picking him up, and because she didn't want, he said, I want you to meet her with him and, you know, and communicate. She said, no. And he said, look, this ain't about you. This about my son, and you being able to communicate with his mom, because we got to work to make this thing work. And she said, that's where you wrong. She said, I don't have to communicate with her, you do. And so that's how she felt in the moment. Like, I don't have to communicate, you know. And he was trying to let her know how important it is for them to at least get along for his son's sake, not for his sake, but for his son's sake, you know. And what happened was the son kind of overheard the woman talking and went back and told his mama what she said. So that caused more tension.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta make sure, man. Yeah. Monica says also saying thank you is very important. Monica Ingham says compliments are in order. Backbones.
Mm-hmm.
I guess she's saying having a backbone.
It's the backbone to it. In other words, it's
Okay.
just that important.
Mel Max said that's when you learn one another love languages and connotation is key. All right, come on with the big word connotation. Come on in, Mel Max. Mark Ingham said no. Most couples too busy trying to keep up with the next and has friction and toxicity. Well, she said toxic or they toxic. Talk it out. Yeah. So again, that's why I said I don't think they really communicating their feelings probably like they should, and I think that's a big part of it. Sarita says, got to have communication about feelings because we all think men supposed to be strong. There you go. Men supposed to be strong all the time, and that's not fair because men have feelings too. So listen to him, and he listens to me. Great topic. Thank you, Sarita. Me and Max, communication. It's key, bro. We talk about communication all the time.
Hey, big shout out. I do want to say congratulations to Sarita, man. She just recently moved to Murfreesboro for a new job, new position. She said she loves it up there. So, congratulations on your move and uh, your promotion and all that good things. So, congratulations, Miss Sarita.
Yeah, congratulations. Mel Mac just said this one. I think that was Mel Mac. She said they learn each other's love language.
Mm-hmm.
And we talking about habits of happy couples, learning each other's love language. If you're married and you dated any kind of time before you married, and you haven't learned your mate's love language, I would implore you to do so.
Mm-hmm.
Because if not, you ain't gonna be married long.
Right.
Or it's not gonna be happy. You definitely ain't gonna be happy. So I implore you, if you haven't learned your mate's love language, please do so, sir or ma'am. Please learn their love language. That's essential to maintaining a happy coupleship. Is that a word, coupleship?
It is now.
It is now. This is one of the things I told you already. Date nights. They have date nights. They make time for each other. They have date nights. Monica's big on date night. we got to have a date night, whether it's movie night, whether it's just us going to eat, just me and her. We got to have date nights. She likes every now and then catching a live spot where we can go out and listen to live music, dance. She loves music, so that's important. This is another one, man, that I think we dropped the ball on a lot of times, bro. Number 7, they make sacrifices.
Mm-hmm.
We dropped the ball on it. Sometimes we get so selfish or so in our own we in our own way to the point that we don't understand, man. Like relationship calls for sacrifices, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have to make some sacrifice in a relationship. Everything can't be about you. Everything can't be about your partner. Somebody gonna have to make some sacrifices to make some stuff work.
Right.
And if you don't, bro, it's not gonna. Sarita said, "Thank you, bro, big bro, much love." Quiet Storm says, "If you've been together long enough, you will learn their habits and mannerisms about them, and they will learn yours. That makes it easier to blend your two songs together." This boy right here, man. DJ Quiet Storm boy is on one today. Top of the morning to you, man. Mark is the top of the morning, Godspeed. Top of the morning to you.
What it do?
Yes, sir. Reciprocity and sacrifice. Yeah, sacrifice. We just talked about that. You got to make some sacrifices. You know, you can't be uh, selfless
So
or selfish, not selfless, but selfish.
let me ask y'all this. So, we always use the term love language, meaning the positive side of what you're going through, how you move and all the energy. So there's always the lighter side of the love. There's always gonna, and I don't necessarily like this term where with hate language, not in a bad way, but how sometimes you come in the house and the energy just be off. You know what I'm
I
saying?
just think that's just you having a bad day or bad energy, or you ran into that bad a snag and it's bad energy. I don't necessarily call that hate language though. I think that's understanding I think that's still part of understanding a person's love language, because if you understand their love language, you know when they're not having a good day.
Okay, okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Look at it in the light of, what I'm saying,
Yeah,
looking at it
yeah.
on
But
both sides.
I still think that's an aspect of your love language, because if I understand your love language, understand like Quiet Storm said, understand your habits and mannerisms. When you come in and you ain't having a good day, I know that because I know you.
Hmm.
And then that's when I come and say, "Hey, babe, you good? Everything? How's what? Can I do something for you to make your day better? Whatever, you know." So I think that understanding that is essential. So I don't necessarily want to call that a hate language. I definitely don't like that term at all.
I would
But so
too.
I would just say that it's a part of your love language, and so if you don't know if you don't know the person's love language and understand their habits and mannerisms, like DJ Quiet Storm said, you probably wouldn't even know they came in the house mad or upset
Right. And then the other
because you
part of
don't
it,
understand them.
right? Because the other part of it, and it's coming from my conversation on yesterday, uh, you ask them, is everything all right? And they say yes, but they really ain't telling you the truth. You know what I'm saying? And something is, you be, is there something wrong with me? Is something wrong with you? Or something up? Like, no, everything okay, and it don't be okay. So what is what
So
is
so that's when you knowing them there, you say, no, I know you, babe, and something is not right. So let's talk about it. Or do you just want me to give you a minute? Let me give you a minute, and then we can talk about it. But you can't, because they could be mad at you because you saying you okay, and they looking at you like, now you know I'm not okay. So you see what I'm saying? Because
right?
they feel like you don't know them enough to know that they're not okay.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So Monica Ingram says, sacrifices definitely shows how much they're into you. Monica May said, if you know your person, you will know how to handle him or her when bad days come, and you will strive to make their frown turn upside down. Absolutely. So Rita says exactly 100. You can tell when the vibe is off. Monica May said, you will also know when to give them space.
Right.
Exactly. If you know them and you understand that language and understand those mannerisms, when you know they need space. Because I understand when when she having an off day, I give her space. I give her time to, you know, go through and navigate what it is she's going through. And then I understand that if Monica wants to talk to me about something, she gonna do it. But I had to give her space and time to do so. Not unlike me, we've been talking about it when I'm ready to talk about it like that. But with her, I understand that. I understand that I need to give her space till she's ready to talk about it. But
Right.
that's me knowing her, you
Mm-hmm.
know. Um, listen to this, bro. Number 8, they give each other space.
Right. Right there on it.
They give each other space, bro. Number 8, they give each other space. You can't. Some people in relationships are just smothering,
Mm-hmm.
and if your person is the type that loves to be smothered, good. But most people don't like to just be smothered. They like to have their own space at times where you got to give them their space.
Mm-hmm.
And so again, that's understanding your mate. And I implore you all, if you're in a relationship or married and you've been in there sometime and you do not understand your mate's love language or how I like the way DJ Quiet and like habits and mannerisms, you gon' it ain't gonna work out. It's just not gonna work out. Monica Ingram says exactly. When it's too much on his plate or mine, especially mine, he will listen and let me vent. When he's overwhelmed, he won't bring it to me, but I know, and I just let him be. I guess that's what she said. And when he comes around, it's discussed. Yeah. Man, y'all got some good ones today. Maybe some good ones.
Mm-hmm.
DJ Quiet, or who said this one? Somebody said they laugh and smile together. I don't know who that was earlier said they laugh and smile together. Let's see. It might have been DJ Quiet Storm. I know it was actually Monica. Monica said laughing and smiling. Monica May. And I think that you have to laugh together. If you can't laugh together, no.
Mm-hmm.
You're in a relationship. I'm in a relationship with you, and we can't laugh together. Like, what kind of relationship is that? Well, that we're in a relationship together and we can't laugh together. Everything is about an argument. That's a toxic relationship, bro.
So there.
But you got a lot of relationships thrive off toxicity. A lot of relationships out here. Who just said? Yes, I think that was Paulette said. I don't like the kind of love that he black your eye. He jumps out of the head. You know. But some people love those kind of relationships. That's a toxic relationship where we fight all the time and we hitting each other and cussing each other out. But if you try to tell the woman you don't need him in that kind, or tell the man y'all too tight, y'all need, man, they'll fucking fight you over that person.
Mm-hmm.
Because they just love they love the toxic behavior. That's what they're into. They so miserable they just love the toxicity in the relationship and they thrive off of it. And that's sad. That's really sad. Quiet Storm said, case in point, Bell, I saw a video of a woman mad at her husband because he didn't keep asking her what's wrong with her. He asked once. She said nothing's wrong. He asked again. She said nothing is wrong. So he went on with his day. Now she mad that he didn't ask the third time. Because she felt like you shouldn't even be asking. You should know something is wrong with me. Not what's wrong with me. Is how can I make your day better?
Right. Mm-hmm.
You know, it's man, you got to know that love. Like, he knew something was wrong, but he didn't stick to his gun. He just felt like, well, she don't want to talk about it, she don't want to tell me. You don't know your woman.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least know her enough to know that that's how she operates.
And I think too, I mean, all of these habits, the key term, and I was just, saying this yesterday with the conversation I was having. I think we have to be intentional.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it can't be no hidden agendas, no hidden motives. It got to be, from the heart, intentional, and you got to be, giving with attention, give attention with purpose and passion.
Mm-hmm. That gap keep coming up there. That gap keep coming.
Yeah.
They always have each other's back, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care how wrong my wife is. I ain't finna check her on it in public.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have her back, and then when I get home, be like, you wrong for that. Now you know you was wrong. You need to apologize to that person if it's something, or vice versa. She gonna check me. She ain't gonna check me in public. She gonna have my back, and then when she get home, she's like, baby, I don't necessarily agree with what you did. And then she gonna tell me why. And then I'm like, you're right. And if it's somebody we know, then I'm gonna call and be like, man, I realized what I did or said wasn't right. So, man, you got to have each other back, but you also got to be able to call each other out on a ish.
Mm-hmm.
Marcus says that's domestic abuse, toxic going through the motions on and up. Shit, man, but you got some people thrive off of it, man. They absolutely positively thrive off toxicity in their relationship, and their relationship is not a good relationship if it's not toxic.
And again, and you know, this always keep on coming up every time we talk about certain scenarios. Is the trauma that we don't deal with. We don't go get no type of therapy or whatever. And a lot of times, you know, those relationships be like that because you ain't dealt. You know, that 13-year-old girl, she's still there.
Yeah,
You know, and she, you know, whatever you went through when you was 13, you think you just done kind of just smothered her away and put her and tucked her away. Now you ain't dealt with those troubles. And you know, certain stuff, you know what I'm saying, you know, they triggers and you know, you say a certain thing and then you think it's grown, you know, 38, you know, you now that's 13 on you
yeah.
that you deal with.
I think it's important too, man, that um, we have to let children be children and not force children into grown up type situation because I think that causes trauma as well. I mean, if you think about Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was never allowed to be a kid. But when Michael Jackson was able to Michael Jackson turned his whole damn place into a amusement park because he was never able to be a kid. Neverland, never whatever he called it. That big kid was still there that was crying to get out all those years. And then that's why he hung around Macaulay Culkin and all these little kids. He was a big ass kid himself.
Yep. That's an excellent point, bro. That's a very excellent point.
So, but that's trauma, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I heard a comedian say on Club Shay Shay that, man, he's like, I'm just a big kid, man, and I'm gonna continue to be a big kid, man. That's the kid in me. So, you know, that's trauma, bro. That because we force people to grow up too quick, force the kids to grow up too quick, and not allow them to be children.
Mm-hmm.
And so when they get old and they doing all this, that's why you have young men and young boys that they 24, 25, they still acting like little boys.
Mm-hmm.
Because they were never able to be boys because they was forced to be trying to be young men early, grown men early.
Mm-hmm.
Lil Mac said, seen a video where a 61-year-old woman shot her 49-year husband for calling her out her name twice in a heated argument. Per the video, she was fed up with his constant disrespect. Wow.
That's crazy.
It's a dude, bro. It's a dude that go around. I don't know if you probably seen it like me, but he goes around. He makes these videos, and he called it the it's not the faithful test, whatever it is. But he asks couples. He see couples together, and he'd be like, "How long y'all been together? Oh, we've been together 5 years. Oh, 10 years. Yeah. Do you trust him or her? Yeah, I trust me. Yeah, I trust him." He'll say, "Exchange y'all phones."
Oh yeah, I saw that.
He do this to so I was watching him the other day, and this was the first time I had ever really seen him do this with a elderly couple, and not only an elderly couple, but an elderly white couple. And he was like, so it was this elderly gentleman and this elderly woman. They looked like they were probably in their late 50s, early 60s.
Mm-hmm.
Or could have been older. He's like, "How long y'all been together?" He was like, they had been together like 40 years, something like that. And he was like, "You trust her?" He was like, "Yeah." Yeah. He said, "Exchange y'all phones." And the lady was like, "What?" So the guy was like fumbling through his phone, and he was like, "Oh, you cut your phone off." So he thinking the guy trying to hide something, right? And he was like, no. He said, "You cut." He said, "Oh, I thought you said, yeah, the loyalty test. That's what they call it." And he said, no. Let's He said, cut it on. He said, oh, I thought you wanted me to cut it off. So he cut the phone on and he handed it to her. And then so he went through the man phone with the woman. He said, now go to his messages. And she's like, ain't nothing here, nothing there, nothing there. And he was like, okay. Then he said, he said, go through hers. And then he was like, I don't really see nothing. And then he said, wait a minute, what's this? He said, who is John? Or whatever his name was. And then he said, I don't know. He said, do you know all her friends? He said, yeah, I think I know pretty much all of them. Then she said, who's the guy? He said, I don't know him. And so he asked her, she said, oh, he's just a friend. Yeah, I think he's met him in passing. Yeah, you know. And then he was like, well, let's just see what he got to say. Let's go to the messages and look at it, right? And they looking at the messages, bro. The dude they sent her pictures. They got pictures. He talking about the park and all this stuff. And then she said, I don't know. Maybe he's infatuated with me. He sent me that stuff. I don't know why he sent me that stuff. So he said, call him.
Damn.
He made the woman call him, and he is telling her, because he got on speakerphone, tell her what to say. Man, the husband over there living right now, because the dude on the phone, hey, babe. He's like, he called her babe. He's like, hey, babe, what's going on? And he said, he meant something to party. Tell him to meet you at the park. She's like, yeah. So why you send me the picture? He said, what do you mean? Babe, what you talking about? What's wrong with you? And then she said her husband was there. He was like, oh, who is this? Who is this? You know, trying to throw it off. And then he said, now tell him your husband to walk away. Tell him he's going, oh, yeah, he's walked away now. Oh, okay, then you good? What's going on? You know, he went back to it. And then she was like, can you meet me at the park? He said, oh, yeah, I'll be there in a few minutes. So the dude came to the park, bro. It was an actual black guy, young black guy, that's got, and the black guy saying, he to the telling her, you said you're gonna leave. She gonna leave you anyway, bro, because you don't. She talking about how small your thing is, and it, bro. I'm on the video, look at the video, I'm dead. Like, this is crazy. Now this was an elderly white couple, bro. This lady that flipped the script got her a young black dude. The dude was ready to fight, man. The white guy ready to fight the dude. And I was like, you need to be trying to check her. Because she's still over there acting like she don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, go sit down somewhere.
Yeah. What's going on?
So, it's, you know, I said all that to say, bro, you got to really know your mate and communicate, share your feelings, because there were some things that he brought up saying that the black guy was saying that these was feelings she was having that she should have been sharing with her husband about how she felt, that they could have worked on it, you know, and dealt with it. And, you know, so if you're not sharing, you're not talking about it, you know, you're not communicating your feelings, they gonna communicate to somebody else. If you don't want to listen, somebody else will.
Mm-hmm.
So they have each other's back. They don't raise their voice. Now, this one, you know, if I get upset, my voice is gonna change pitch. My voice is gonna change pitch. But I do think that, you know, you should watch watch the tone of your voice and why. So I agree with it, but I'm not gonna say that I always comply with that one. They work through their problems. This is what I was talking about with that couple. That couple, they, you know, she had issues with her husband, and he didn't know that there were issues because she hadn't communicated to him. So if the issues weren't communicated to him, how could they work through them?
Mm-hmm.
If they were never communicated, they listen. They listen.
Mm-hmm.
They listen. Lavelle said all the time, God gave you one mouth and 2 ears. That means listen sometimes. Listen to what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
They don't compare.
Yeah, we talked about that
See,
a couple of days ago.
yeah, talking about comparing, and look at what the lady was doing in that scenario I just gave you. She
Mm-hmm.
was comparing her man with this black guy.
Yeah.
Because how else did he know all of this information about the guy?
Mm-hmm.
You know, um, they are spontaneous. I do think the relationship needs a certain level of spontaneity. You know, you can't. Everything just shouldn't be planned out.
Right.
Be spontaneous sometimes. I think that adds a level of excitement to the relationship when stuff is kind of spontaneous,
Right. Yeah, and that was another
unexpected.
conversation. She like, he'll just call and say, "Hey, what you doing? Let's go to lunch." And you like, "Well, I gotta get this girl to do it." But me, I mean, I do it to done all the time. She be at work, especially when she was working 5 days on. I just text her, call, and say, "What you got going on?" Well, let's meet each other for lunch. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
She
right,
wasn't looking forward to this. She didn't have it on her schedule or nothing. But hey,
right.
we
Yeah,
married. We supposed to do stuff like that.
right. Exactly, exactly. I definitely agree. Um, they don't get others involved. They don't get others involved in their relationship. We talked about this. You
Right.
don't put other people in your relationship.
Mm-hmm.
See, I think that this is where that really becomes a problem. So just say me and Monica was having an issue, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the issue was maybe pretty serious, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Monica went and shared this with her friends, her family, and all this stuff was going on, right? But then we worked out the issue and moved on. Them friends and family and all them people looking at her like, y'all just, but you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now they all talking because she with him and he did that, but you should have never shared that with them. That's why you have to be careful about what you share with people, because
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of people do that. They have problems. They go out there and share everything about their relationship, and then when they decide to work it out, people still looking at him like, and she gonna take him back, and he done did with all that, But you shouldn't have never shared.
You're right.
She said, "Yep, correct each other in private, not in public." Boy, we said that about 15 things back.
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Mm-hmm.
they check in throughout the day. You just said it. You can call done periodically and just say, "Hey, let's go eat." What you got going on? Mom do it all the time. She called me especially if I'm at work and she hadn't heard from me all day. She called me, "Hey, babe, I ain't heard from you all day. Just checking in, see what you got. Everything good? Yeah. Or if I'm out working, and because Monica knows, like, I work straight through, not eating, not going to drink, going to use the restroom, be working. And she'll call me and be like, hey, just checking on you, checking in. How's everything going? Did you eat something? Have you drunk some water, especially if it's hot outside? Have you been drinking water? Is it raining?
Mm-hmm.
That's my air conditioner kicking on. I was like, what does that sound like rain outside?
We don't want an hour.
Huh?
We don't want
You
an
said what?
hour.
Yeah, it's quick. Monica says yes. Keep them out. We still mad and you have made up. Yeah. And that's the thing. You can put them in your business. Now y'all done made up and y'all cool, and they over there mad because you did such and such to their friend or they loved one.
Mm-hmm.
Keep them out your business. They give thoughtful surprises. That's a kind of like the spontaneity thing to me when they give thoughtful surprises. They make time for intimacy. Yes. And they set goals, man. Make sure you're setting goals with your mate. And happy couples set goals. Goals, whatever the goals are. I don't know if they're financial goals, personal goals, whatever they are. Monica says Spontaneous is everything. We ain't got time to fluff no pillows. Turn off the lights. Bubba said, "We going in. That's our spontaneous."
Mm-hmm.
Quiet Storm. There you go. He's the weatherman. He's our fact finder. He's so he sound like Monk is supposed to be scatter showers all weekend. Yeah. So let's clock that T right quick, 'cause, man. We did this hour and came quick, man. So let's clock that T right quick.
Yeah, it came real fast.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Y'all know what time it is. Put them phones down, fingers up. It's time to clock that tea with your girl, Queen Watkins. Good morning. But y'all know what time it is. It's time to clock that tea. Have y'all heard of the doctor that was committing insurance fraud, y'all, over $118 million? Old boy was diagnosing people with sicknesses that they didn't even have just to get their money.
Wow.
Yeah, let's talk about it. So Dr. Jose, I don't know his last name, can't even pronounce it. But y'all, he was diagnosing his patients with chronic diseases. Now, if you know, you know. When you have something like that, the medication is very expensive, right? So he submitted $118 million of false insurance claims, y'all. That's insane. Not only that, he also got a payout of $28 million from all these insurance claims. That's why he around here driving Maseratis. He got a jet. He got 13 properties. Y'all, he got over for real. And he thought he wasn't going to get caught because he's a doctor. So he felt as if, shit, you know, I'm diagnosing them anyway. So they're going to believe me that they have this. Until somebody got smart. Well, I'm not saying people not smart, but somebody realized, like, oh boy, like, this not what's going on with me. Like, they just didn't take his word. They went further and got a second opinion to see what was really going on. And old boy was out here committing fraud the whole time. He was a rheumatologist. So he would see people for their normal visits, but he would also make them take tests and stuff like that that they didn't even need, go through treatments and stuff that they didn't even need. Oh boy got 10 years in jail. Now, wait a minute. I honestly thought that he would get a lot more than that. He can go to jail for his 10 years for doing all these people like this and get out and enjoy all that money. For real. Like, 10
So they
years,
didn't
I ain't
confiscate
gonna say
that,
10
but they
years
didn't
not that
take
bad,
the money?
'cause I ain't never, spent no time in
Oh,
jail,
no.
whatever. But that's not a long time at all. To commit fraud like that, 118 million false insurance claims, and then you were paid out 28 million, he would have had to pay every single patient that he didn't play in their face. He would have had to pay us. That would have been a huge lawsuit. Yeah, you would have went in there a millionaire but came out broke as hell, because why is you diagnosing these people and making them go through all this stuff? They don't even have to. That's insane. All right, y'all, that's all the tea that I have today. Make sure y'all tune in to 2 Million Heads Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. sharp. And don't forget to stay tuned for your girl, Queen Watkins, Clock That Tea. Y'all have a blessed day. Bye.
It's a 2 minute head.
I think, and I know we got to get out of here, but I think they probably did, like, because if he had like the insurance fraud, those insurance companies probably came after him and probably got those possessions, all those houses and all that, unless he had the stuff in other people's names, you know. But I'm pretty sure they came after him. Them insurance companies ain't playing, bro. But we done paid out this much money. They didn't came and got that money, bro. 118 million.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they came and got that money, bro. He gonna be broke when he get out, and they gonna take his medical license, so he ain't be able to practice no more. And they coming after that money. Then he ain't finna be sitting in jail with $118 million worth of assets. No way. Ain't no way. But anyway, thank you guys, man. Again, thank you guys for yesterday for awesome time. If you guys missed it, go back and check our page. We put it out there on our profile, in our group, community group, and on the page of yesterday's event. It was awesome. We had a good time. Making sure we bless that family. But y'all know what's up next right now is the tent drive, y'all. So if y'all want to start racking in those tents right now and ordering your tents right now, so y'all can give us we want to double up on them tents this year. Tents, or if you don't want to do tents, you want to do sleeping bags. That's a good thing. Sleeping bags, tents, anything that they may be able to use to kind of make things a little better for them. You know, lights, hanging lights or whatever. So we want to be able to just provide a lot, but we do want to make sure we get a tent. So this is my thing, because last year we found those tents for like $15, and I'm gonna go back on Temu and different places, see if we can find those again. But if you look and you see those tents at a low price, you can get the tent. Then later on, you can maybe get a sleeping bag, or I even thought about like the backpack, the big oversized backpack that they can pack a lot of stuff in. So those things like that. So whatever you give is going to be cool. But it's the tent drive, and we want to just add those extra things and toiletries and all those things that we had. I know my church did toiletries, and they're gonna be with us again doing toiletries this year for that. I don't know if Tatrice is gonna join us this year and provide the snacks, but whatever we do, man, we're gonna make sure that we do it big time this year. It's gonna be bigger than last year, and we want to start doing that immediately. So I found a way to, well, it's not, I've been noted it was possible, but we can actually show the comments on the stage. As you guys comment, the comments will be on the stage without us actually having to add them. If you look in the right corner there, those comments will be there. The only thing is they're so small, I don't know if everybody can read them, and I don't know if there's a way to make them bigger. But those comments will be in the corner if we cut it on. Or we could just continue to add them to the bottom like we've been doing, so you guys can see those comments as well. Like DJ Quiet Storm says, they're going to confiscate all that property and funds to get that money back for sure. Yeah. All right, man. This is all we have today, man. Thank you guys for your interaction today, for joining in with us, man. Thank again everyone who supported our family weekend getaway. It was awesome. Man, the cheers that mother was overjoyed with tears, and man, we thank you guys so much for helping us make that happen. Shout out again to Ghost River Brewery and Jerome Woods for their support in that as well.
Yes, sir. Good stuff yesterday, bro.
Yep. Close us out, brother.
All right, man. Happy Friday. Y'all already know it's going down next week. I'm celebrating my birthday all week. Let's go. Tuesday through Saturday. I have the announcement.
Let's make it happen, Captain.
Yes, sir. So there it is. Love all y'all. Appreciate everything. Hey, y'all. Let me check. Is the number still going up before I get off? Before we get off, let's check the numbers. I had said we're gonna probably get 500 followers by next week. We're closer than I thought already. So big kudos to y'all for doing it for us and keep it coming. So we are now at 452 followers. And it ain't even next week yet. So I mean we're only 48 away from 500 followers. So again, go to the 2 Minute Hats podcast fan page, hit the little 3 circles on the side, invite your friends, invite everybody. So if you haven't done it, please do so. Monica already done it. Monica Mays already done it. So we need everybody to go on your personal page. It will only let you do it on your personal page and invite all your friends to like 2 Minute Hats podcast. So and thank you all you all have already done it already. So
Yep.
That's it. Y'all have a
All
great week. Have a great day at work, and y'all stay dry as opposed to be raining. It's gonna be all good. Let's pray. God, we thank you for this day. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for being able to share positive habits and good, healthy things about our relationships and how to be intentional about our relationships. Thank you for allowing us to be able to bless the Clinton family on yesterday for her being an amazing mom and really beating the statistics, of being a single mother and being able to protect her children, her girls, and being able to support them to be what they're going to be in life. We actually continue to touch Tony family, my family, Queen family, every family that's represented, and we actually continue to touch us and look over us. We actually do this in the Son Jesus' name, and we said, Amen.
Amen. We'll see you guys Monday morning, same bad time.
Same bad place.
Too Many Hats. Let's talk about it.
It's the 2 Minute Hats podcast with your host with the most, Tony and Lavelle. Every morning from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. We also have Queen Watkins with Clock That He. Tune in with us and have a great time. Let's talk about it right here. 2 Minute Hats podcast.